Good morning, you little nerds. It's 10 a.m. on a Saturday, and as promised, I have another video for you. I cannot believe that I am doing this every week. I'm very proud of myself. It's very hard for me to stick to a schedule. So, yay us! Today, I'm going to do something un poquito diferente, which is I'm trying to bridge the gap between skincare and what you can do for yourselves versus coming into my practice and what I could do for you. And who the hell am I? I am Dr. Shereene Idriss. I am a cosmetic dermatologist. I am based in New York City. I've been practicing for nearly, actually over a decade, but nearly a decade in New York. And I am here today to try to explain to you fine lines and wrinkles, because this is a question that I get surprisingly more often than not. Let's jump in. First and foremost, let's talk about the term anti-aging just for like a quick second. We need to throw this term out the window because if we're not aging, we're dead. And if we're dead, screw the fine lines and wrinkles. We have bigger problems, okay? So I think the term anti-aging just is it connotes like you're fighting. It's like a fight against time. And honestly, we shouldn't be fighting time. We should be evolving with time. And this is super important to me when it comes to my personal medical cosmetic practice, because I always try to evolve with a face rather than fight a face when I'm trying to help it age gracefully. And I think age seamlessly is probably the best term, because I love aging. I think with age comes so much benefits. You don't give a shit what people think anymore. You don't give a shit about, the petty stuff. You don't sweat them anymore. You have so much more wisdom. You have so much more experiences under your belt, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, that's my term for the day. We need to completely banish the term anti-aging. And I myself still find myself saying this because it's so ingrained culturally, it's so ingrained growing up, but I am making an active effort not to use that term. It's about just embracing aging and aging seamlessly, because it is hard to age and it is hard to develop things on your face where you could feel a certain way, but then, you look at yourself and you don't fully recognize yourself. And that makes you then feel another way, which contradicts how you originally felt. My grandmother, who God bless her soul, is in her 90s, said it best to me. She was like, Shereene, because I asked her, why do you care still? It was a very honest conversation. And it was a very nice way that I asked her. But I did ask her, I was like, why do you still care about how you look? Like, who cares? And she goes, I care. And I said, why? And she said, it's like wearing a white button shirt. Would you rather wear that shirt wrinkled, or would you rather wear that shirt ironed? And truthfully, you feel so much more put together when your shirt is ironed and clean. So when she said that to me, it really hit home because I understood what she meant. And hopefully this brings a little bit of clarity to you. It's not about fighting every single line and wrinkle, but it's about feeling overall better, okay? And so how can I help you help yourself without you having to come to my practice is what this video is all about. Let's go. In order to understand fine lines and wrinkles, let's first understand something. There's no difference between a fine line technically and a wrinkle. They are the same thing. The biggest difference technically would be the depth of that line or wrinkle, a fine line being more superficial, a wrinkle going a little bit deeper. Now, when you think of the skin, I wrote it backwards. It's okay. When you think of your skin, okay, you have your epidermis. This is the top layer of your skin. This is the epidermis, which is a thinner part in which the cells then travel on upwards in a 28-day cycle to replenish. And then you have the dermis below, in which you have the cushion of your skin, okay? Within the dermis, there are three main components. You have elastin, which gives your skin and your face and everything elasticity. You have something known as glycosaminog-glycans, GAGs, which is what hyaluronic acid is, and that gives your skin that hydration, that plumpness. And then you have collagen. And collagen provides firmness to your skin, okay? However, as we hit our mid-20s, we start to minimize, and the collagen production decreases 1% a year. So by the time we reach our 90s, then we become extremely wrinkled and shriveled. And that is intrinsic aging, because that is inevitable. That is the cycle of life. It's sort of the aging pattern that we are genetically predisposed to having. And as human beings, as long as you are a human being, you're going to probably be losing about 1% of your collagen every year starting in your mid-20s. And obviously, we cannot beat our genetics. And so we have to just kind of like accept that fact of life. Okay, death and taxes and intrinsic aging. Extrinsic aging means everything that comes from outside. Oxidative stress, pollution, how much sun we're getting. Do we smoke? No. Do we drink alcohol? What is our diet made up of? Is it like full of sugars? Is it full of like, crapola stuff that we're putting in our bodies? And there is a very interesting picture of a truck driver, which I'm going to post here. This picture, okay, where this man was a truck driver for several decades. And on the one side of his face, you see the side of his face that received a lot of sun exposure versus the side of his face that didn't. And it's such a telling picture because it is such, pictures speak 1,000 words. And this picture truly describes what extrinsic aging does. So as we get older, all of that can lead to thickening of your skin superficially, which can give you a leathery appearance and can emphasize the wrinkles and the depth of the wrinkles. It can lead to certain types of precancers, AKs, non-melanotic skin cancers like SCCs and basal cells. And it really leads to a rough, uneven skin tone and just basically what you see as you get older. Prevention is key, and prevention is what's going to minimize how fast your skin itself is going to quote unquote deteriorate or age intrinsically and extrinsically, okay? So you might be 15 watching this video thinking, roll my eyes, not gonna happen to me. I have news, my friend. You're not invincible. Even if you think you are in your mid-teens to early 20s, the truth is going to catch up with you. And I see this over and over again, especially when it comes to things like freckles, where people in their 20s are like, ooh, I like my freckles, you're so cute. And then all of a sudden they hit their mid-30s and they're like, my freckles look messy. Because it's going to catch up. It's going to catch up. Now, that's not to say that freckles don't stay cute over time. They can definitely stay cute over time. But the sun damage beneath it that creeps up over time is definitely going to catch up. How do you prevent? The biggest way you can help yourself is sun protection, all right? If you choose to do anything, it's protect your skin from the sun. I'm not here to fearmonger you from the sun. It's not like if you sit outside in the sun, you're bound to get a skin cancer. That's not the case, but it is what it is. The sun is going to take a toll on your skin. And the best way that you do this is protect from UVA and UVB, the two main sources of UV that are directly linked to aging and burning 365 days a year, no matter rain or shine. I'm currently sitting at my window. It is a cloudy, overcast day, and you bet you I have SPF 30 on my face today, all right? Every single day. I say minimum of SPF 30 because 30 offers 97% protection. SPF 15 is 94%, SPF 30 is 97%, and SPF 45 is 98%. So usually I think day to day, as long as you're not sitting at the beach, as long as you're just by a window, living your like day-to-day life, which is not necessarily under the sun or in a very hot climate, SPF 30 is enough. Now, if you're living by the equator, or like you're living in a really hot climate and you're outside a lot, I say SPF 45. So I do take into consideration your lifestyle. So definitely SPF 30 or above. You want to make sure you have UVA protection because UVA is what leads to aging, which is what we love, but we don't want to necessarily see it on our skin. Unless you're J-Lo or Halle Berry and have sold your soul and you're able to sleep on your back all night, then sleep on your back. I, God knows, have tried, and I wake up face planted in my pillows every single day. But if you're managing and you're able to control your positioning at night as you sleep, then sleep on your back. God bless. If you can sleep on a silk pillowcase, sleep on a silk pillowcase. Are silk pillowcases going to minimize completely the appearance of your lines or wrinkles? No, they're not. You're still going to get them because overall you're still folding your face. But do they have less traction? Do they give less sort of like resistance on your skin as you're sleeping? They do. They tend to glide more seamlessly. Personally, I haven't been able to embrace the silk pillowcase because I get too hot. I don't know. Diet. You want to eat antioxidant rich foods. You want to eat diet rich in proteins because proteins are the building blocks of collagen. We will talk one day about collagen itself, but eating collagen alone or taking supplements are not necessarily going to help you because it gets broken up as you digest it. You want to eat the building blocks of the collagen, okay? So that's where protein is super helpful. Antioxidant rich foods are like leafy greens. You want to eat things with blueberries, mangoes have a lot of antioxidants, eggs have a lot of good source of protein. Avocado oil apparently increases type 2 collagen according to the Journal of Rheumatology, and that's usually the collagen found in your joints and eyes and bones, bones and eyes, sorry. But yeah, that's basically where the diet comes in. I am somebody who is not an extremist. I am a realist. I love sugar. You know, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see me on my sugar binges. But I try to everything in moderation. The sugar binges happen occasionally, not every day. And I do try to have a balanced lifestyle. So I know you're going to eat the sugar. Don't completely cut it out of your life because if that brings you happiness, I'd rather you be happy than miserable. But I mean, everything in moderation, right? Okay. And then hydration. Is water gonna take away your wrinkles or your fine lines? No, it's not. But it's gonna give you some better plumpness to your skin. And on average, you should try to be drinking between 2 to 3 liters of water a day, which is 6 to 8 full glasses of water. Am I good at this? I'm not good at this. I try every single day. I feel like in the winter, I shrivel up even more because the air is super dry, but I am trying to make an effort. And, as long as we're trying, it's the best we can do. And then finally, barrier repair. Barrier repair meaning not just hydrating internally, but hydrating externally. And this is where skincare can really be helpful, which leads us to skincare ingredients that can actually help you over time promote better collagen ingredients. And let's start with hydrating ingredients. We are not going to talk about hyaluronic acid because hyaluronic acid has had its time in the spotlight, and most likely you who are following me know what it does. It is in every single effing product out there, and I have an issue with that, which we'll address maybe next week. But hyaluronic acid is a hydrating humectant, but it is not without its own problems, and that's why I think having it in every single skincare step is a problem, because it can be inflammatory and it can definitely be reactive, especially when it's low molecular weight, which is what brands are so proud of having, and that over time can actually have a counter effect. I actually love glycerin. Glycerin is an underrated hydrating ingredient that is relatively cheap and in a lot of products. I have put together a list that you guys can see below. I'm not going to go through each one because otherwise the video would take too long. But glycerin is a beautiful, non-irritating humectant that draws in water and gives your skin a firmer, more plump appearance instantly. Urea is another one. Urea is both an humectant, so it's going to absorb water, but it's also a good keratolytic, meaning it's going to get rid of the dead superficial skin cells. So depending on the concentration of your urea product, it can make a big difference. I think anything less than 10% is a moisturizing urea. Between 10 and 20, you have a little bit of the moisturizing keratolytic. Above 20, you're just breaking up the superficial dead skin. Why is that good? It's good because not only does it plump, it also helps to smoothen. And as we just learned, when we age and the sun can cause a thickening of the superficial layer of your skin within the epidermis, which can enhance the appearance of the fine lines and wrinkles. So urea kind of does a little bit of both. Finally, beta-glucan is one of those underrated ingredients as well. It is, I believe, and through certain studies, way more hydrating than hyaluronic acid. It does prevent transepidermal water loss, so it does hold on to that water and acts like a nice occlusive as well. For example, the La Neige Lip Sleeping Mask has beta-glucan in it, and for that, I do think it's a really good product. So those are hydrating ingredients. Collagen stimulating ingredients are a separate category. These are ingredients that help to churn up collagen production or that help to support collagen production, such as vitamin C. So vitamin C is an antioxidant that we've talked about. I've done a whole YouTube video on. Vitamin C is a necessary ingredient within the pathway of making collagen. So that's why I do think it's important to use it on a daily basis, because not only is it protecting your skin from the damage, it's also helping your skin repair itself. Alpha hydroxy acids, like my love glycolic acid, which is the smallest AHA out there, can go deeper in and has also shown to increase collagen production. So this is why exfoliating over time is actually important. And that's why I like exfoliating products. And then finally, your whole vitamin A class of retinols and retinoids, which have been the tried and true, proven to really stimulate collagen production. I love them around the eyes. Kate Somerville has a really nice one over the counter. There are other ones over the counter as well that are great, like the A313 from France. It's a lighter version, but you'd be surprised at how effective it is. I would say L'Oreal has their retinol 0.3, which is also super friendly and great for beginners. And yeah, if you feel like you need more, you can definitely get more through prescriptions. But there's a lot of options right now over the counter that I'm going to link below that have definitely been proven to help stimulate collagen production. And then there are plant-derived, quote-unquote, alternatives to retinol, like BAKUCHIOL. Is it going to work as well? No, but it's a really nice one. I've tried it myself when I was pregnant. The one by Indeed Labs is a personal favorite I used to use. It is a pad, but it worked really nicely as well to help stimulate collagen. And then other categories such as peptides and growth factors, which we will do a deep dive into some other time. But a growth factor serum is like the one by Skin Medica, the TNS Essential Serum. And last but not least, you have at-home devices, LED lights, which there is merit to them. It just depends on the light source you're using because they are not all created equally. And then you have microcurrent devices like the NuFace and the Zip, that if you have the bandwidth and the dedication, and God bless, to do it every day, you will see results, but you have to do it every day to see the results. And then you have me, or my counterparts in your locations, board-certified dermatologists who specialize in cosmetics, who can help you take it a step further to help yourselves and help your skin. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it helps clarify a little bit what fine lines and wrinkles are, what's the obsession with fine lines and wrinkles, how they form, what you can do to control their appearance, what you can't do because they're going to appear inevitably anyway, and what you can get from the products that you're using to help your skin help itself. I'm Dr. Shereene Idriss. I hope you guys have a beautiful Saturday, and I will see you next week.